Alright guys, this is a Trimax. I had several long distance truckers tell me these are very common locks to put on the back of their 18-wheelers. I bought this on eBay. I got two of them for right around 30 bucks. So very, very inexpensive locks. They're very heavy, solid steel, and shiny, best of all. Alright, they are 6-pinners. There's what the key on this one looks like. And the way they work, obviously you just unlock it like that, turn 90 degrees. Now, it's important to look at the locking mechanism. Anyway, you turn it 90 degrees, pull it out. If you take a look at that tailpiece, you notice it has little wings on it. And if I can get it to work here, when it turns 90 degrees, you can see it's flat on one side, and hence unlocked. And then when you rotate it like that, what happens is those two roll pins get trapped in those cutouts, and then when you turn it like that, they just machined it off, so then we get it open. There's one screw that holds the entire lock in. Hopefully we get a chance to pull it out and see what's inside of this thing. Alright, there we go. It is a pretty wide open keyway. So there's a couple of techniques. Now remember, when this is installed, it's flush against something, the back of a truck or a rolled down door, and that bar goes through the locking hasp. So you really can't work on these locks from the edge of the lock to the right there. You got to keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of our options on here. Alright, let's first take a look at how we're going to tension it. Remember, we can't have our tension wrench hanging anywhere over there. So if we're going to, let me grab this guy, see if I can find the right one here. You can't really do that, because then you're working literally inside of the door, so that's forbidden. If you happen to have one of these from the Praxis kit, rotated 90 degrees on this end, you could just hang him right there. Perfect. No interference with the door whatsoever. Most of you guys don't have this. I got it, but most of us do have these little windshield wiper insert things. So, believe it or not, you can actually tension it from this side, at least when you're raking it, like that. And you'll notice it's kind of awkward, but we're going to work from that ledge right there anyway, so having that blocking this inaccessible cutout over here really doesn't matter to us. So let's see if we can get that to work. Let's first try to rake it. Try it like that. Alright, now remember, I can't work anywhere over there, so let me grab a rake here. What are we going to try? I'm going to try a Sparrow's triple peak. Alright, so apply a little bit of tension. Again, try not to get over there. Keep this as real as we can. And just rock him in there. And there we go. If it starts to open, you notice I did break that plane. If it starts to open, you can notice our wrench is going to be right in there anyway. If it doesn't completely open, we can pull our tension wrench out, stick the pick in, and then open them up that way. So it does work. Alright, let's look at top of the keyway. Let's say we want to pick it, SPP it. If we take the traditional flat wrench and we stick him in there, you'll notice right away we're starting to cut through that plane. That's just not going to work. So if you take your flat wrench and you put a little bend in him like this, and you can hang him right there, you notice we're nowhere near that door on the installation. So that's how that would work. By the way, if you're going to do this, you notice that's discolored. That's because you have to heat this up with a torch, make it cherry red, and then just bend it with a pair of pliers. If you don't bend it, these are made from spring steel. If you don't bend it, you're going to break it. You're going to ruin your tension wrench. Alright, I'm not going to rake this one though. I'm going to try to, let's see if we can find a pick here. Let's try to SPP this one. I'm going to work from the bottom of the keyway, and I'm going to use, this is from the Praxis kit, the medium hook. This one is the 15 thousandths. So I'll slide them in there, light tension. Find a binder. And I got pin 3. Come on, there's got to be, there it was, pin 2. Pin 4, gave me one click. No counter rotation, I'm not feeling anything to indicate that they're security pins. That was pin 2 again. I got a little click on him. I'm on pin 1. And there we go. Again, I went past that plane, but again, it would have opened when I got it to right there. I'm not breaking the plane until I get about right there, but you can see that lock is turned 45 degrees. I could easily put my pick in there and open them up. All right, I am obviously not impressed so far with how difficult these Trimaxes are. Let's go ahead and just bust this guy open, I guess. And to get him open, I've already picked him. I'm going to take out, turn this down, I'm going to have to take out that Allen screw. So I've already pre-positioned my, I haven't tried it yet, but it's probably, whatever one I guess will be wrong. Come on, get in there. Yeah, what do you know? I don't think we have to remove him all the way. Here we go. And now we pull the lock out. It's got a weird looking tailpiece on it, and we can pull that off. Looks like maybe the same size even. Naturally not. That might not be an Allen screw, guys. That is a roll pin. No matter. We're going to gut this guy anyway. We do have a key. You know what? I don't think we are going to gut him quite as neatly as I thought. Alright, let's rotate it like this. I'm going to have to drive out that roll pin, it looks like. And luckily they give us a perfect working surface. Alright, let me find a punch the right size, and we'll see what we can get going here. Not the right size. Got a brass one here. Let's see if that'll work. That ought to work. And there we go. How slick was that? Alright, just drop the tailpiece down the side there. We don't need that part. We do need the lock. We don't need any of that stuff. And we're going to need a pinning tray. Alright, I do have the key for this. Let's go ahead and gut this guy, see what we got. Alright, we have no weirdness. As long as we keep the bottom of that keyway away from those pins, it should pop right out. Let me find a medium one. Ah, it's not a medium, it's a small one. Okay, I don't see any weirdness. Let's go ahead and dump it. I'm not expecting anything unusual based on the feedback and the ease with which we rake this thing. All standard so far. All standards. And nothing on the core. There will be when I get through rekeying it though, or repinning it, I can tell you that. Alright, let's see what we got inside of here. We have a key pin in the driver position. That's probably not so good. At least it should have been turned around the other way. Again, I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera, but it is another key pin that's in there upside down with the pointy end pointing towards the shear line. I'm starting to see a trend here. There's another one. Same thing, pointy end towards the shear line. And it's the same way throughout, guys. Fourth, pointy end towards the shear line. Number 5, same thing. And the last one, same thing. Alright, no, I got something out of sequence here. He goes here, he goes here. Doesn't really matter on drivers, they're all the same size and they are all oriented exactly the wrong way. All the pin or springs are in there and they are all the same. Nothing spectacular about those. And looking down inside of here, I don't see anything at all in the Bible. I wouldn't have expected it with the ease with which we rake that and SPP'd it open. So I've got to say, guys, if you're a trucker and you're depending on this to secure your load, probably not a good bet. You might want to look at other options. You saw how easily this was basically broken into. I can't recommend it. Grab yourself something, either that or repin this with something quite a bit more challenging to make it not so rakeable. Anyway, fellas, thanks for your time. Stay safe, stay legal, stay away from Trimax.